much looking forward to this. It was magical the other night, wasn't it, when Mikuru Suzuki came within a couple of darts of beating James Richardson, and we've seen Mikuru, Anastasia Dobromyslova, Lisa Ashton, and way back in the day at the Circus Tavern in 2001, Gail King also all tried to smash the glass ceiling for women's darts and win a game on a World Championship stage. And now the baton passes on to 25-year-old Fallon Sherrock from Milton Keynes, the world #2 in the women's world rankings, to have her crack against Ted Evetts, who seems to be enjoying himself at the moment. He knows all about this World Championship stage. He's only 22 himself from Stockton, but he's a very, very good operator, ranked number 77, qualified by the current Pro Tour Order of Merit, but his performances this year on the development tour were quite exceptional, with 8 victories, so a very, very good operator. What do you think, Laura? Everyone's looking forward to it. Fallon stands here as well to watch her play, and must be a very proud father. So what do you think we're going to see here? It's going to be a fascinating contest.
Definitely. I mean, the main thing for me is that Fallon just gives a good account of herself. She has got a very tough game, as we've said with Ted. He's an established player, especially on the on the youth tour this year. And when you think with that youth tour, he's playing against the likes of Luke Humphreys, Keane Barry, Kieran Tian, the ones that we've seen up here, and ones that actually, barring Keane, actually are winning. So it is a tough challenge, but just hope for her and obviously everyone watching that she just gives a good account.
Yeah, 8 wins for Ted Evetts on the development tour, and the last one at the beginning of November, last 2 at the beginning of November, and the final victory was against Kieran Tian, who we've already seen winning on the big stage here at the Alexandra Palace this week. Every treble 20 treated as gold dust by the packed house here. And just, if Fallon can give them something to work with, as Mikuru did, they'll get right behind her very, very quickly, and it'll be a tidal wave of noise cascading towards Ted Evetts every time he throws.
Yeah, and I said upstairs, Ted isn't used to having the crowd against him. Whether that makes a difference, because he is quite a cool character, but sometimes when your back's against the wall, and then you're fighting against the crowd as well as an opponent that's hitting treble 20s against you, it can be quite a difficult thing to shake off.
Fallon Sherrock already saying that this was her biggest achievement in darts. Just getting here, and getting here itself was a very, very tough ask, bearing in mind that she had to defeat the best player in women's darts, Lisa Ashton, who we saw her last year.
60.
Averages in the 90s on more than one occasion in those qualifiers, and then disposing of Natalie Gilbert in the final to get here. No finish for Ted Evetts, but he's in good shape in this leg.
57.
Great pressure there from Fallon.
Now it gets interesting, because Evetts was coasting through this leg. He was just rolling downhill in neutral, and now he's not going to get a dart at double. And if Fallon can keep these first 2 darts straight, she will get at least a dart to the bullseye to take the opening leg. It was a wire rattler and a ribcage rattler for Ted Evetts. It would have been under it from the get-go if that had hit the button, but Ted Evetts nails tops. And yeah, you can tell exactly what Ted Evetts feels about that, because when he saw the dart in flight, the bullseye attempt, he would have been worried.
Fantastic from Fallon, first 180 of the match, and it goes to Sherrock.
And that is exactly what I meant when I said, if you give this crowd something to work with, if you give them something to cheer, they'll be right behind you. But Ted Evetts is right behind Fallon Sherrock there with that 2 treble visit, but that was magical. And she has earned a reputation over the years. Well, the last sort of 5 or 6 years has been one of the biggest 180 hitters in the women's game. Ever since she burst onto the scene, it was the final, wasn't it, in 2015, she got to the final against Lisa Ashton, which was a terrific women's final at the Lakeside. But she lost 3-1, but that was a great game of the highest quality, wasn't it? And that's when Fallon Sherrock announced herself on the scene. She was just 20 then, wasn't she?
Yeah, and not just that. I mean, she's carried that through and improved, but she also she's quite often out on the exhibition circuit. And although it's a completely different kettle of fish, she's playing against men on, up on the stage constantly. So it's going to do nothing but benefit in a situation like this.
Absolutely right, Laura. And this amazing experience it must be to get up on that stage in front of a packed house at the Alexandra Palace is going to be something that can only benefit in that regard.
It's one of the things I really like about Fallon as well. I've played with her, against her, and she just is such a collected character. She doesn't ever seem to really lose her focus.
We've seen 2 of these this week. We'll see another one. That third dart does make a difference, and if it's not found a treble there, Sherrock would have been looking at 6 darts from 106. Might only need 3 in any case. Tops. Fantastic, what a leg that was. It opened with a maximum and it ended with a 3-figure out.
Yeah, fantastic to see from Fallon. It's great to see that she is now producing the form that she showed at the qualifier. So if she can maintain this, she is really going to put Evetts under a lot of pressure.
Well, she's outscoring Ted Evetts here. Ted Evetts is not stupid. He would have done his research. He would have seen Fallon Sherrock play, and he would have been expecting something probably around mid-80s, 90 average, but Sherrock's topping that at the moment and going higher and higher and then found the treble 20 and another maximum. Her average would have been getting close to 3 figures. As it is, it's 92, so that's going to get you in any game in the first round of the World Championship. It's going to keep you in any game in the first round of the World Championship.
96.
Sets herself up with a 141 with Ted back on 185. So if she can make some inroads here, then Ted is going to be in trouble.
Well, I might use the bull of the 25 here. Went punching a treble 19.
Ted to require 125.
Well, left 82, and again, all things being equal, she'd get a pop at a double from there. Treble 20 for Tops. Tops to deny Fallon Sherrock a chance at 82.
85. Fallon will require 82.
So we'll be looking at bullseye here. So 17. Now up for Tops.
62. Ted to require 40.
Well, Sherrock was that close to taking the lead against the throw and then thrown for this first set.
Game shot of
That leg's over. Ted Evetts clings on, survives a missed start at Tops, holds his throw.
And those mid-range finishes, the 82s, the 60s through to 90s, they're the ones that she's really going to need to hit. We saw it with Makuru a couple of days ago. It cost her in the early sets because she wasn't hitting a double. So you need to be hitting them quickly.
77.
Starts the first set, double 11, wasn't it, for Makuru Suzuki? But she rallied from 2 sets down to 2-2.
81.
And Fallon will be expecting a lot of herself from this match. I know what she's like, and she just strives to be the best and the best, and we know what she can do. So I can see just even that 81, she looked despondent, and she can't let that get in her head too much. She just needs to focus on the job in hand.
Brilliant again, the second ton 40 from Fallon Sherrock. It's the 17th treble 20 that Fallon Sherrock's hit in this first leg. We're in the fourth leg of it. And the relentless attack on the lipstick continues. Treble 20 here leaves Tops. That leaves 80 to hold on in this set, unless Evetts, who we've just seen, failed to take this out. Unless he hits this, Sherrock will get that chance of those mid-range finishes you were talking about, Laura. 25 for the ball. Too accurate, Ted, my old son.
109. Fallon, you require 80.
So looking at 20s. So treble 13. Unfortunately, not going to happen on this occasion. So Ted will be back for double 8 for the set.
Yeah, it was a real good leg up to them from Fallon Sherrock. She'd left herself on 80 after 12 darts.
30. Ted to require 60.
But let's give some credit here to Ted Evetts, because he's left himself on double 8 after 12 darts. It's been a superb leg against the throw. Brilliant. 13 dart leg from Ted Evetts. That really was super, Ted. Really enjoyable watch. Fallon Sherrock has banged in 17 treble 20s and threatened to take that set to a final leg. Couldn't quite manage it, but she's taken plenty of confidence, Laura, won't she, from that first set, because she's put Evetts under pressure. Kudos to Evetts, because he shook that off, but Sherrock's played real well.
Yeah, and if she can do something like that again, now she's got the throw, then potentially she can take this next set. It's just, I've mentioned it before, it's just the bad timing on the 80. You know, she played very well up to that point, and it just can't afford to make those kind of slips when Ted's playing the way he is.
99.
Evetts' world ranking is 77, but he's a better player than that. His seasonal average on stage is 94 and change. That's the level he can play at. Playing slightly above that at the moment. He's a better player than 77.
92.
Of course, whatever happens here, Fallon Sherrock will go on to try and claim the Women's World Championship in January at the O2, where she'll take on Corinne Hammond, former runner-up from Australia. And then, Laura, she might play you, mightn't she? Because you've got Dieter Hedman. And then the draw would work out as Fallon against Turner.
It would. I'm very much a believer of just looking at one game at a time, so I'd be delighted to play either her or Corinne in the next round. But got to get past the legend that is Dieter Hedman on my way.
Yes. Never been an easy game. Sherrock hits the 174 to leave 36 after 12.
5. Fallon, you require 36.
Fantastic 13 dart leg.
Second leg, 10 to 2.
Now she can produce one of those at any time during the match against the throw. We just saw Ted Evetts break the Sherrock throw, didn't we? The back end of the first set, the winning leg of the first set in 13 darts. If Sherrock can fire one in herself here, this set would be looking real cosy for the 25-year-old from Milton Keynes.
Yeah, and Fallon's been working on every part of her game. She's always been quite a heavy scorer, but really has focused on obviously her doubles, but also that switch. Switching from the treble 20s down to the 19s, or quite often you'll see her switch across to the 18s. She really is now starting to use the whole board, and she's very, very good at switching.
Will definitely be among the favourites for the World Championship. World Championship record isn't as good as perhaps she would have hoped. There's a lot of quarter-final defeats. Lisa Ashton's knocked out a few times. Ashton will go for her 5th world crown in the new year. As Evetts knocks in his first 180. She's got a long way to catch up Trina Gulliver's 10 titles. I know Trina has been forced to pull out of the tournament through ill health. We send our best wishes to you, Trina.
60.
And if you're just joining us after the football between Villa and Liverpool, you joined us right in the meat of a terrific game of darts here between Fallon Sherrock, women's world number 2, and Ted Evetts. Super Ted take the first set. Quality.
49.
Quite superb. Evetts tickling the ton with his average now. Tops for a 14 dart leg. This time the pressure won't come from Fallon Sherrock, so Evetts knows he's got a little bit of leeway.
37. 140. Said to require 20.
Yeah, good pressure there from Fallon, but 3 darts in his hand. He's been very deadly on his doubles.
Game shown the second leg.
Yeah, Wonder was in a hurry to take it out because it was very close to the double 15.
Game on.
And Evetts holds on there. Sherrock was waiting on 93. The scoring here is right up there with anything you could want to see in any match anywhere in the world, because that's 2 180s and 5 ton 40s, as well as 7 ton plus scores. And we're in the 7th leg.
101.
That's real heavy scoring. For the 2nd time, she's opened the leg with a maximum. Goodness me. Oh no. We could now be about to witness a staggering piece of history. No woman has ever hit a 9-dart leg. And we haven't seen any kind of 9-dart leg of the World Championship since 2006.
Fallon, you require 141.
Could it be now?
Strap yourself in. What a shame.
41.
Well, some nice applause from Ted Evetts. I don't know what would have happened if Fallon Sherrock had taken out the 141 then. I think the game may well have had to stop for about 10 minutes.
I'm not sure I would be speaking, or I might just be screaming.
But now, of course, as we often say and frequently say, it's about winning the legs. She's going to be very careful here. She's well away from those flights and barrels to leave tops here again after 12, and time again she's leaving finishes, you know, mid-range or single dart finishes after a dozen darts. The scoring is just absolutely amazing.
40. Fallon require 40.
And it goes in 14 darts. Well, Ted Evetts is firing as much artillery as he can at Fallon Sherrock, and she just keeps firing it back. I mean, Evetts is playing beautifully here. He himself with a couple of maximums to Sherrock's 3, 50% on the doubles. So there's nothing wrong with the way Evetts is playing, but he's in a real scrap here.
Yeah, she's not giving up. She's not going to let up.
140.
Yeah, and you feel if Fallon can just follow up here and take one leg against the throw, then that's really gonna turn the tables here.
140.
7th 140. The set average of 105 and change, and Evetts playing right at the top of his game also. Brilliant match this.
134.
Super 1-3-4 there from Ted to leave himself on a finish. Fallon really needs to get a treble here,
82.
which he gets.
Ted require 153. $87. Fallon require 139.
Again, Evetts leading a 2-darter after 12. Fallon Sherrock threatening to go out in 12.
59.
Now then,
Ted to require 66.
Evetts knows if he messes this up, then Fallon Sherrock should get a dart, although she made a mess of 80 before, should get a dart to win the set. 2 16s for Evetts.
50.
And this time he makes the mistake.
Fallon require 80.
To 20s for Fallon. Single 20. Tops for the set.
Game shot in
And
the
she
second
gets it.
set.
Fallon Sherrock all square with Ted Evetts. If she can get, I'll tell you what, if she wins this first leg of the Evetts throw, then the place will start shaking.
Yeah, I think she needs to just keep this pressure on. But also, I think Makuru kind of improved as she came back out after that. I mean, she went 2-0 down, so Fallon's in a much better position. And kicking off with a 180, that's never going to hurt, of course.
Well, we saw them Well, it didn't end up in a 9-dart attempt, but there was max at the start of the leg in the second set. And that second set, by the way, both players averaged in 3 figures, 100 and change.
100.
Do you remember, Laura, when there was some people who said that the women shouldn't have a spot at the World Darts Championship? There's probably still 1 or 2 in there, in that little tiny minority that's shrinking by the day. We saw the magic of Mikuru Suzuki, and now we're seeing the force of Fallon here really rattle Ted Evetts.
Yeah, I feel quite privileged that I get to see these ladies on a regular basis. I know what they can do. And I feel nothing but pride when I'm watching Mikuru and Sherrock, and when I watched Lisa and Anna last year. They deserve their spot. It's so increasingly frustrating when you do hear the minority, and it is a minority. And these girls have gone up, and they are proving why they deserve to be there.
Well, at the moment, you're watching 2 of the highest 3 average in this championship. Double 10. Goodness me. Ted Evetts is in trouble here because there's no sign of Sherrock stopping. Takes the lead for the first time in the match, has the darts in this set effectively now with the break of throw in the opening leg. The second break of throw. She's taken Evetts' throw on the last 2 legs, hasn't she? The one that won the second set and the one that's opened up the third.
Yeah, if she keeps applying this pressure, Ted has got more than enough in the tank to obviously to deal with this, but Fallon's really challenging him, and actually, as we've just said, she's now in the lead. If she can continue like this, then Ted is going to really struggle.
97.
Well, Ted Evetts at the moment is averaging close to 100. He's only half a point behind Ian White's average, which is the highest of the tournament so far, and he's getting beat. Sherrock's averaging 98.5, which is the 3rd highest behind Evetts and White of this year's tournament. Forget Van Gerwen and forget Cross and Smith and Anderson. She's making their averages look pygmified, if that's a word. Well, it is now. Remarkable.
Support there for Fallon. This is a great leg from Ted to leave himself on 94, just to break back the Sherrock throw.
Yeah, possible 11-dart leg from Ted Evetts. Possible 12-dart leg still on. It's not on now, and you couldn't rule this out now, could you? We saw Anderson take this out, Gary Anderson last night, but he couldn't rule it out because he's already taken out 100, 106.
84. Ted requires 60.
2 darts at tops to get control back, wrest back control of this set. I tell you what, you've got to take your hat off here to Ted Evetts because he's under pressure here. All the heat is on him, and he's averaging 100.5 now. We've seen him play well at the Worlds before. Let's have it right. Beat Simon Stevenson with a 93 average last year and an average 96 in getting beat by Adrian Lewis. But this is as well as he's played in any big TV match, Ted Evetts.
Yeah, it's a fantastic contest between the pair of them. They're scoring. Again, get super recovery there from Fallon.
Well, we've seen this week with the foundation that was laid by Lisa Ashton and Anastasia Dobromyslova last year, and now built on by Suzuki and Sherrock, that there's no question in my mind that the next big growth area in darts is going to be women's darts. It's there really to be built upon and to just explode into new heights, isn't it? I know the prize money's gone up for next year at the World Championship, Laura, but it's still nowhere near what it should be and what it could be for women's darts.
No, and I think the more investment it gets, not just in financial reward for the players, but actually investment in promoting and getting more women involved and more interested, then this game for the with the women could just explode. is a really, really untapped area, and it's so highly competitive. And Fallon and Makuru are demonstrating it so amply. I don't think that's a big enough word. I need more superlatives to explain how well they're doing.
100.
And another 100 to leave her on another three-figure out shot, 2 of which she's already converted. For that rhythmic throw, with a little pause before the release of the dart, serves Evetts well again. Treble 20 would have left the double 18. .76 left.
50. Set to require
64
51.
left if she gets a chance, because Evetts here is looking to swoop on 51. Double 16 for Ted. Double 8.
35.
10. And those only the 6th and 7th darts that Ted Evetts has missed at double, and they could be very costly. Sherrock's going to get 1 here. A double 16.
Game shot in the third round.
Fallon Sherrock is throwing for the set. Fallon Sherrock is throwing to lead this match in sets.
And over this last set or two, she's finishing has been spot on. Not to mention, that is actually now her 5th 180 of the match.
I think 4 of them have started legs. You don't lose many legs when you start with a maxi on your own throw.
Ted's instantly on the back foot, and he needs to win this to obviously keep the set alive.
100.
Brilliant. Brilliant. He spent most of this match taking haymakers from Sherrock here, but he's managing to throw some leather of his own here.
100.
But even so, even with that maximum, Ted Evetts is still adrift in this leg. He really needs another one, to be honest. At least 140.
Ted is looking very focused. He seems to have calmed down. He looked a bit flustered earlier on, and I think he realises he's in a game, and he just needs to forget about everything else. The same as Fallon seems to be able to do.
To require 164.
Won't go now. So again, it's the 64 show for Fallon Sherrock. And remember, this is to take the lead in sets and to move to within 1 set of winning. Another for the double, for the lead.
48. Ted to require.
She's only missed 5 darts at double all night. Will she be back for another 3? She will.
32.
You can see the frustration on Ted's face there, but Fallon back for double 8 for the set. Double 4.
8 score. Ted to require 68.
So Ted requiring 68.
He's going to get a dart if he can keep this one straight. Biggest dart of the match. Biggest dart Ted Evetts has thrown in the World Championship. And he's up to it. He's up to it.
Ted Evetts.
Fallon Sherrock, 4 darts missed.
Game on.
A double 16 and its derivatives to win the set. So frustrating. She'd crafted the opportunity for herself. So frustrating. But again, Ted Evetts, with 1 dart in hand, was up to
58.
it. Did not fold. Did not waver. But
56.
let's get it right. There's another leg to be played here, and although Sherrock's against the darts, she's broken the Evetts throw on the last 3 occasions.
Yeah, really felt that she needed to punish that opening 58 from Ted.
121. 59.
And of all the times for her to lose that real power scoring we've been enjoying is now she needs to find that red bit.
Yeah, they may well be, when the history of this match is written, the most significant moments. The 4 darts Sherrock missed. Double 16, double 8 and double 4 were the targets. 69. And then the 1 dart, the last dart in hand for Ted Evetts at, ironically, the double 16, and now a bounce out. Can't leave a finish. Once the bounce out had occurred, the best you could do was leave 166.
Said to require 180.
Just needs to stay in and around it here. If Evetts doesn't take this out, you know, Sherrock can take a 2 treble visit and leave a 2 darter. There's still just a squeak. Still going to hit the double here, Ted Evetts. He's done everything that he could once he couldn't take it out to leave double 16.
.58. Ted to require 32.
32 for Ted for the set. They made it difficult.
16. Fallon require 148.
Well, Sherrock couldn't lay up any closer than 148. And so the breathing space is still there for Ted Evetts.
16.
And that doesn't really
Ted to require
turn
16.
the tourniquet and apply the pressure. Evetts holds on.
Third set. Ted Evetts.
The set that featured 4 breaks of throw, but it was the hold that was crucial in the end in the 5th leg, and Evetts stops the rot on his own throw. He'd lost his last 3 legs which he'd started. He won that one though, and Fallon Sherrock left to rue 4 missed darts at double that would have won the set in the 4th leg and left her throwing for the match in set 4. That's how close it was.
96.
Yeah, and that could prove to be critical. So it's really how she's going to kick off and come back from that in this set if she wants to keep the game alive.
55.
It's been a really closely contested match as well. There's hardly anything to separate the pair. Both hit 118, 100 pluses. There's only one between. Sherrock's hit 8 140 pluses next to Ted's 7, and Fallon's got slightly higher on the 180s. As you can see there, Fallon's got 5, where Ted's got 3, and even the doubles, 43%, Fallon 41%. So you know, it's been a really closely contested, competitive match.
Very closely contested, and underlined by the leg score, which you see there from the doubles hit. Evetts leads 7-6 in legs, but remember 2 legs ago he was 6-5 down in legs, so that's how close it's been. Really closely contested match this. But now Sherrock's under the heat of having to win this set with her darts to do what Mikuri Suzuki did and send it into a final set decider as she did with James Richardson. Never mind a final set, a final leg decider, wasn't it?
54.
Yeah, that match kept me on my tenterhooks right through to the very end.
A brilliant game of darts, which kept you guessing. It really was a who won it at the Alexandra Palace as Sherrock threatens a second 106 out. This time, if you are going to miss, it's not the worst time to miss, with your opponent way back in the 200s.
56. Fallon will require 32.
This is the double that she missed, and this is the problem she had in that last
16.
set.
Ted to require 150.
And from having hit 6 of 10 at double, she's missed 8 on the trot to leave at 6 for 18. There's another 3 here if she needs them.
75. Fallon requires
Yeah, so double A needed to
16.
hold her throw. Double 4.
Game shot in the first leg.
And she takes the first leg of this fourth set.
Yeah, she was 5 at double there, but they don't matter. They don't matter anymore, do they? They're irrelevant, rendered irrelevant by the double 4. That's why the doubling stats sometimes are a little bit misleading, aren't they? If you have 3 in hand at 40 and you go out third dart, you're 33%. You go out first dart, you're 100%. But it's the same result. It doesn't make any difference, does it?
Yeah, the only thing they'll really be interested in is who crosses that line first.
Well, 7-all now in legs, Laura. And Ted Evetts will not want to be going into a final set here. Don't you worry about that. They want to wrap this up. Ted will want to put the match to bed pronto.
16.
Because it'll only get more, it'll just get ratcheted up and get more and more tense and more nervous if he goes even deeper into this game. We saw James Richardson, didn't we? I don't think he enjoyed it very much until he hit that last double.
No, you can see it was I think it was a face of pure relief for Richardson. And don't forget, obviously now we have no more breaks, so the ability to compose yourself if you are up against it, you have to do it up there in play, and that is sometimes much harder to do.
She takes her ton 40s into double figures with a 10th.
16. Said to require 160.
And a 19th ton plus score, so she really is outscoring Evetts here. That's a good use of the ball by Ted Evetts. It leaves him 71. It leaves him a 2-dart combination, but how much pressure will he be under?
Said to require 71.
Yeah, she needed to just get at least a treble on the board there to put more pressure on this 71 for Ted.
Tops.
31. Fallon require 180.
We've seen a 106. We've seen a near miss on the 106. We've seen a level ton from Sherrock.
Yeah, complete over adjustment there from Sherrock. Ted now needing tops.
Game shot the second leg. Ted Evetts.
Well, it wasn't the best of legs for Evetts. It took him 19 darts to finish it, but that's okay because he got the job done. Doesn't detract from the fact that Fallon Sherrock, if she can hold throw here in this leg, and the last, if it goes to it in this set, she will have levelled up at 2 sets apiece. Runner-up, or the loser here, will pick up £7,500. It will be the highest check of Fallon Sherrock's career. I think Ted Evetts will pay most of that £7,500 to get a break of throw here and take the heat off.
Obviously the prize waiting for the winner of this match also will go through to play Mensa Sulovic.
Yep. Perfectly placed. A wicked deflection. Denied him a 4th max, but he is in front of this leg now, so the pressure's really on Fallon Sherrock here. 15 dart leg still a possibility, but the long shot probably from 261 after 9.
Yeah, and the pair have just eased off ever so slightly in this last set or two. You just want Fallon to go back and find that form that she had when she took the second set of the match.
Well, that keeps the 15 dart dream alive in this leg. An 11th ton 40. And if Evetts comes up big treble-less, which he hasn't, Sherrock could have a half a dozen at 1-2-1. She may still have half a dozen at 1-2-1.
Sorry, 94. Fallon, you require 121.
Treble 17. Treble 20. That'll do nicely. That's perfect.
Ted, you require 146.
In many ways. It leaves a 3 at 24 if Evetts hasn't got a roof raiser up his right sleeve, and he certainly has not.
Ted seems to, when Ted actually hits it, he seems like he's not going to miss, but actually sometimes he's had some real wayward ones.
Sherrock converts. Sherrock leads in the fourth set. The double 12 puts her within a leg of levelling the match. Ted Evetts is managing to maintain the air of a man who is playing down his local boozer for a pint and a packet of crisps. But Fallon Sherrock comes roaring back as they trade maximums at the start of the fourth leg in the fourth set.
Yeah, I think that was Fallon's sixth 180, and I think perhaps third or fourth indeed that actually started a leg.
What a leg this is, by the way, with both players going 180, 140. The subtitle under Ted Evetts' face should be saying, "What's happening here? I've gone 180, 140, and you're still there."
95.
He's done one in this leg, Evetts. He's done real well. He's left 86 after 9.
Yeah, Fallon needs a treble here to pressure the Evetts throw.
100.
And she gets it.
Ted, you require 86.
Brilliant leg. Who's going to win it? Double 16 for an 11 darter. Reloads.
50.
Misses.
Fallon, you require
Huge
81.
opportunity here for Sherrock to take this fourth set. 16 for the bullseye.
56.
Set dart missed.
Ted, you require 32.
He's only hit this once in 8 attempts.
Game shot and a full play.
Twice in 10 attempts will do, because Evetts levels up. So for the second straight set, Fallon Sherrock has had a dart or darts to win the set. This time, though, the deciding leg will be on her throw. Can she hold it to go into a final set? Or can Ted Evetts break and win the match?
One run on 40. One run on
Yeah, super reply from Sherrock.
'81.
21 behind, less these. Still she squeezes in another 100.
Yeah, she's fighting for her place in this championships.
Well, and it has been just as gripping and captivating and enthralling as Mikuru Suzuki's battle with James Richardson. Will it have a similar fate in a last set shootout? It will if Sherrock's got anything to do with it. She wants to switch here for treble 19 or treble 15 will do just as well to lead 36.
Set to require 140.
Well, it would be a great way to win a match. And I don't think too many inside the Alexandra Palace are hoping Ted Evetts hits this, and he won't hit it. But they will be hoping that Fallon Sherrock can find double 18.
35. Fallon, you require
So
36.
double 18 to keep this match alive.
Game shot
And she gets it and forces a decider.
The fifth and final set. First rate
And in 13 darts, Fallon Sherrock pushes Ted Evetts into a final set. He has got the darts, and just to remind you, in this round of the competition, there's no tie breaks, there's no winning by 2 clear legs in the rulebook. It's simply the same as the other sets. The best of 5 legs, the first of 3, will prevail.
Yeah, now 140 there to kick off Fallon's final set. She's really taken advantage of that 60 that Evetts has thrown already.
Lovely scenes on the big stage before the set started.
121.
Just a game of darts between 2 top quality professionals. It's ceased to be a man against a woman and all that storyline and narrative. It's just 2 really top quality darts players going at it in a World Championship darts match, which is exactly the scenario that we wanted to see. Brilliant stuff, absolutely magical stuff. A 17th 140 puts Fallon Sherrock to within 2 darts of the lead again.
Yeah, and if Fallon can see this out, there's going to be a complete shift within this final set, because she would have broken the Evetts throw early on. If she wants to get through this, she needs to break. So if she can do it now, she's going to put herself in a great position. So 16 for bullseye.
50.
Just couldn't find it. I think 3rd time of asking, still hasn't hit that ball.
That's right. Oh, that's pinpoint. 2 at double 10. And now 1 at double 5, and he was on the walk to take the ball out of the hole. Slipped out, Ted. You're going to have to putt again. Double 5.
70. Fallon will require 31.
Double 14 is the pick.
Game 7 at first leg.
Well, double 7 it ended up at.
Second leg, Fallon to throw first. Game on.
Well, there is a sense of wonderment here around the Alexandra Palace. Are we within 3 or 4 minutes of darting history here on the biggest stage of all?
It's been a really super contest between these 2. Finding it hard to get words out. I'm kind of getting really rather excited at the tail end of this.
At least you're only having to talk about it, Laura. You're not having to throw the darts up there. Imagine how Fallon Sherrock feels. She hasn't shown any signs yet of
45
wavering. And Evetts soon here could be banking on Fallon Sherrock suddenly snapping out of this beautiful dream and realising this is a World Championship darts match and getting edgy about it. But there aren't really too many signs. OK, 41 there, but there haven't been many signs, have there, in the back end of this match when she's been bang under it time and time again.
Yeah, she's one of these players, she's just not very easily flustered. I thought maybe the stage would make her slightly more edgy, but she seems to actually thrived under this pressure. She's playing some of the best darts I've seen her play.
Well, they were all over the treble 20, but they weren't in it. Well, I tell you what, Ted Evetts is starting now to get very, very concerned. The near miss on double 10 and the miss on double 5, but Sherrock swooped on double 7 in the last leg have got Evetts rattled. And he's now thrown his worst darts of the match at the worst possible time.
90.
Yeah, and I think she can feel that. She can feel that tension. And she's going to make the most of it. Ted's got all the pressure now.
96. Fallon, you require 164.
She doesn't need to go treble 18 for bull. Well, that's where she was looking. Whether she'd have gone for the bull is a moot point. But what she has done has left herself on double 16 with Evetts nowhere in sight. just got to hit another treble and hope for the best, and he's done that all right. But 3 darts here to put Fallon Sherrock to the brink of history. Fallon Sherrock is 1 leg away from making darting history at the Alexandra Palace. Ted Evetts is at the point of no return. He's got to run 3 legs straight here to avoid being the fall guy.
Yeah, superb composure there from Ted to get a 140 under all this pressure. But Fallon, you just feel that the momentum is with her at the moment. 1 leg away from a momentous victory.
Evetts led 1-0 in sets, 2-1 in sets. Survived set darts in that 3rd set from Sherrock. She levelled then at 2-all as she'd levelled at 1-all. And now she leads 2 legs to 0.
97.
And the difficulty here for anybody is to just keep throwing 1 dart at a time, because, well, let's have it right. Our mind is racing forward to some attempt at a match-winning double, but you've got to get there first, haven't you, Laura? It's very easy to get 1 step ahead, as I'm almost falling into doing, and it's very important that Fallon doesn't do that.
41.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I mean, I'm already predicting where she may go after this and this. And the thing is, she's not actually hitting the scores like she has done in earlier legs. But that said, it's the Evetts throw. She will have the darts in the next leg if this one doesn't go her way.
Ted to require 44.
Found some form to go double 16 here. Not been his friend very often tonight.
12 scores.
It's 2 for 12 for Evetts here. He will get another 3, but he won't want to hear 140 coming from the dulcet tones of Russ Bray. He won't want to hear 140.
140.
He didn't want to hear that.
32.
No, deep breath there from Ted.
Ladies and gents, thank you.
Every dart, the temperature rises. Well done, Ted. Full credit. Full credit. Not a great fan of hearing people booing him. He's done nothing wrong up there. He's got up and played a brilliant game of darts. He's played with the greatest respect.
100.
Fallon Sherrock left double top, which would have been for the match, but Evetts again was up to it on the double. Now then, what have we got here? Fallon Sherrock off with 100. Should have took that before she toes the hockey. She'd take 100 every throw in this leg before she toes the hockey.
Yeah, and Evetts unlucky there really not to score more. He was sat on that top wire.
41.
Not what she wants to see at this stage.
Remember, Mikuru Suzuki went all the way to a last possible leg against James Richardson. Fallon Sherrock trying to avoid that.
58.
Led 2-0 in legs in this set, now 2-1, and now Evetts creeping back into it and threatening to take control of the leg on the Sherrock delivery.
Yeah, Fallon needs a big score here.
$126.
Scores level in points in this leg, but Evetts crucially has the darts here, but that is a blocker. Well, he has to switch, but he hasn't switched with any degree of effectiveness.
Huge opportunity here for Fallon. Another one of them. She'll stay there. Brilliant 140 to leave herself 36.
Unless Ted Evetts takes out his highest finish of the match, Fallon Sherrock is 1 dart away from the second round of the World Championship. All he's got is a 60 bullseye. All he's got is a bullseye.
80. Fallon, you require 36.
So we're on the end of history. 36 left for Fallon Sherrock.
Game, shot.
And Fallon Sherrock smashes the